pretty cool. I mean, even for someone that sat in this studio to watch the entire thing, and we just kept thinking, when is this game going to end? It was amazing to see, and it ends up going down as the 4th longest game in NHL history, 150 minutes and 27 seconds. And the Tampa Bay Lightning come away champions. But what do you remember about that game?
You know, I guess I was most curious to see what would this mean to Tampa going forward? And, from the fans' perspective, it might seem kind of counterintuitive. You're a much better team than Columbus, still, in yet another year.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have this kind of difficulty with Columbus. But from a player's perspective, I've been in a situation like this several times before. And I think for Tampa, this moment to have, they had a demon to exercise without question. And to be even in a game this tight, just to prevail ultimately, to come out the other side, I think they were exercising that demon in a very small way. And I really noticed it galvanized this club. It drew them closer together because they had to trust in their game. They had to trust in one another, even when, 5 overtimes into it, that trust and that faith in your game could be, there are many, many reasons to doubt that, but they stuck with the process. The process ultimately, that adherence to the process ultimately won out. And again, galvanized this team in a really special way. So, I think having played in a game that tight, having won a game that tight, it really solidified in them, now we've got the makings of what it takes. I think there was a glimpse of that at that point. Yeah,
but they showed no fatigue factor going forward either. I remember the rest of that series was really intense and so much fun to watch. Do you think, though, with what you said, this being a galvanizing force, maybe the turning point of the entire tournament, maybe that's how they look at this. If they had lost that game, a 5 overtime game to the Blue Jackets that swept them the previous year, do you think that might have been it? They might have lost the series?
Yeah, your two scenarios, and in the loss scenario, it's the first opportunity for that doubt to creep in, and I think that doubt could have proven fatal. I'm with you, Jamie. That doubt could have proven fatal at some point over the course of their run, and perhaps even in this series. I think winning in that moment was critical to the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Wow. Well, it certainly was a fun one to watch. I remember Jackie Redmond was there covering it for us, and she was just glowing after it. She said, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, to just be a part of that experience and in that building, despite no fans, I'm sure the energy was palpable.
Yeah, I think so. But, it reminded me as I'm watching these guys and playing a game that tightly contested for that long, I was left kind of feeling, gosh, if I were a player in that circumstance, you almost feel like 10 to 20% of what you can offer is missing because there's no fans in the building. I was dissuaded of that notion at that moment because, you know what, taking the fans out of that environment, it really didn't seem to undermine the caliber of play and how competitive it was.